Local news about local people. This is Newslink Indiana.
Hello, thanks for visiting newslinkindiana.com. I'm Chris Bavender. A Wayne County man died early Tuesday morning after his car was hit by a train. Police say 38-year-old James Dieter of Morristown ignored blinking signals and drove around the guard arms, attempting to beat the oncoming train. Although tragic, police say the case is pretty cut and dry.
Investigators have spoken to 5 witnesses, which includes the engineer of the train, and all the witnesses concur that the deceased failed to yield for the railroad stop arms.
Dieter was the only person in the car. He died at the scene. It's been an issue many Indiana towns have considered, a ban on smoking in restaurants and other public spots. But Tuesday, the House Committee of Public Health approved a modified version. As Newslink Indiana's Aaron Schweitzer explains, opposition came from an unlikely group.
Restaurants, taxis, and bus stops throughout Indiana would be affected by 2 proposals lawmakers heard Tuesday. The proposals would ban lighting up in any of those areas. Adam Ballard, manager of Little Havana, says if passed, he doesn't think his business would be affected in the long run.
People are going to find a way to keep smoking, whether they leave it up to the businesses or not. We'll see what happens, but hopefully they'll keep letting us decide.
Even though the proposals put a ban on smoking, the Coalition for Tobacco-Free Delaware County doesn't support them because the proposals would allow for exceptions.
There are 10 state laws right now that are 100% smoke-free, and we're the only state that's currently looking at a smoking and non-smoking law.
Exemptions would include bars.
I actually think that it probably would not be a step in the right direction because a lot of local communities are putting forth a lot of efforts to pass more stringent laws in their counties. So it would be kind of undermining their efforts. They wouldn't be successful in passing those laws if the state law was passed.
But in the end,
let people decide. It's their own choice. It's a free country.
In Muncie, Aaron Schweitzer, Newslink, Indiana.
The modified version calls for non-smoking sections in all restaurants that allow those under 21. Both measures now move to the full House for a vote. A controversial change is in the wind now that the Senate has passed a resolution proposing an amendment to the state constitution. Joint Resolution 7, which proposes a ban on gay marriage in Indiana, passed the Senate 42-8. The amendment will move on to a House vote. If the bill is approved, it could end up on the ballot as early as 2008. Some opponents to the bill worry the amendment is being pushed through the Assembly too fast. Long-term consequences of state-mandated marriage haven't been considered.
It could very well be that if we erect this into a constitutional definition, the state then has to get into that definition of what is a man and what is a woman.
Democratic Senator Allie Craycraft of Delaware County has been a major supporter of the ban since the beginning. The state Senate will offer a 2-year budget next month. This week, a Republican budget barely passed in the House. Democrats worry the House version will raise property taxes and cut aid to many school districts. Republicans say it will balance the state budget for the first time in 10 years. If the Senate passes a different budget, it will give the House and the Senate a month to make a compromise. While hundreds of East Central Indiana moms and dads are away serving the country, many parents are left behind to balance a job and raise the family. As Newslink Indiana's Nicholas Ferreri reports, one area business helps those families for free.
Muncie's Great Kids Daycare Center is offering a little extra care to children with parents serving on active military duty. Free daycare. The center is the love of its founder, Nellie Jones.
I had like 14 kids that were military kids, and I could see that the parents were struggling to pay me. And so I just said, what could I do to make it easier for these parents? So those 14 kids stayed here. They paid me like 2 times, and they stayed here free.
Jones liked the idea so much, she sent an email right to the top.
I emailed the president and say, this is what I'm doing, and how could I turn these kids away? Because these are kids that their mother and father is fighting for us.
Free daycare for military families was a hit in Washington and Indianapolis.
It's not only important for the children to have an opportunity to come to organizations and programs like this, but it's also a way to show support for our troops.
Great Kids fits the really the request from President Bush that people within the community would find these niches that could be helpful to grow the community.
Next week, Jones will travel to Washington, D.C. on the invitation of the Pentagon to attend a child care conference.
We are just expecting good things, and we don't know what all that entails. But I'm a believer that expectation is the breeding ground for miracles. And so I'm sure she's going to come back from Washington with some miracles in her suitcase.
In Muncie, Nicholas Ferreri, Newslink, Indiana.
Military families who need Great Kids services can visit the center at 909 West Memorial Drive or call them at 282-2339. Jennifer Cook joins us now with a look at our weather, and still another day without the sun.
We've been seeing a lot of those days the past couple of days, haven't we?
But
there is a change in the forecast for the day on Wednesday. We take a look at our almanac numbers for the day on Tuesday, February 22nd. High 37 degrees, low 33. So we didn't see much of a temperature drop throughout the dates. On Tuesday, our average high 40s. We're a little bit under the average for this time of year. High pressure system is going to be controlling the weather pattern throughout the next couple of days. It's going to move through the area Tuesday night and into the early morning hours on Wednesday. So we're going to be seeing the sun come back in our forecast finally throughout the next couple of days. But then for the day on Thursday, low pressure system is going to move in, bring our next chance for precipitation, which is going to be in the form of snow early Thursday afternoon and into Thursday evening. So for the night on Tuesday, we're going to see our temperatures slowly drop. Lows for the area, 23 Muncie, 23 out to the west, and then back in Indianapolis, 24, then Bloomington, 26. For the day on Wednesday, we're going to see a slight warm up. We're still going to be below average with 38 Muncie, 34 South Bend, 40 in Indianapolis, but out to the west, we're seeing a little bit of a warm up with 48 in Illinois. So for Tuesday night, some clearing, chilly conditions with our low at 23 degrees. Then for the day on Wednesday, for Wednesday morning, partly sunny, chilly, temperature at 26, so you're going to need to bundle up the kids when you take them out to the bus stop because it will be cold. For the day on Wednesday, partly sunny skies, still below average with our temperature at 37 degrees, but take a look at the 5-day forecast. We're going to see even colder conditions for Thursday, then a slight warm up for the day on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, where we're going to top off at 43 degrees. Then we're going to see the sun stay out of our forecast when Thursday, when the precipitation rolls back in, then sun throughout the weekend. So it looks like the weekend's going to be pretty nice.
So we just have to have a little patience and then the sun will come out.
Yes.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
All right. Thanks, Jennifer. You may not have heard of Brad Stine, but millions of people have. He's a Christian conservative comedian who has appeared on MTV, Showtime, A&E, and Fox News Channel. He's taking his act to Emens Auditorium with a portion of the profits going to the Muncie mission. And Muncie will be part of the spotlight. Warner Brothers will release his local appearance on a national DVD later this spring. Stine incorporates satire and sarcasm to spread the gospel and to represent American Christians in the media.
If I make people leave their thinking about why they believe what they believe, whatever that is, then I think I've done something interesting.
The show is set for March 12th. Tickets are on sale at the Emens box office for $15 each. Well, that is Newslink Indiana. For Jennifer Cook, I'm Chris Bavender. Thanks for joining us. Join us again Wednesday for more news at newslinkindiana.com.